the Colossus packing the punch that LiquidHuK was needing to just shoo away all of this Hydralisks. Look at how weak they are. And well, just backed up this line of Stalkers, and as you can see there's not much left of LiquidHuK's army, but that Colossi was able to hold this first wave of assault from Terius. Terius needs to reinforce as well. Let's see the armies at the moment. They're fairly close, 64, 58. Let's see the units. 4 Stalkers, 2 Colossi. Incoming, all of these Changelings are gonna get killed. Yeah, there's no more scouting there for Terius. But as you can see, there's not much left of those big armies that just confronted just now. And both players apparently will be reinforcing once again, with Terius going for the Spire. So probably preparing some kind of transition, a second hatchery on his natural expo, with just a couple of Zerglings passing away here, making a run by. But yeah, only 3 of them, probably they won't be able to do much damage. Yeah, there it is, they're gonna get killed. And like I was mentioning, apparently Terius is gonna start mass producing. I would say it's gonna be Hydralisks and Roaches, just make a big Hydra Roach army and push once again into HuK's base. But here comes the Roaches, once again getting thwarted by this bulk here, and already with 2 Colossi, so the forces from HuK are getting very powerful there. A nice backup against the forces that Terius is starting to prepare. Cancelled hatchery, so I guess he changed his mind, but there's something strange here. I don't see Terius expanding, and we're getting into the mid-late game. He needs to consider that, I would say. As you guys can see, 17 minutes passed there on game time, and working out of 2 bases might not be the best solution. He's preparing a counter against the Colossi, as you can see, Corruptors coming out, but I would like to see Terius expanding soon enough, because as you can see the mineral line here is getting exhausted very, very fast. And well, he's gonna need to do something about all of these units. He's gonna go and need the gas and also need the minerals to invest on these high tier units, but working out of a single mineral line, this won't last much. Also, as you guys know, part of the Zerg mentality is to expand. If you have the opportunity, expand. It is risky to expand for a place like this one, it's too close to your opponent's base, but maybe going here or here, just risking making a move. For example, the rich mineral field there would be an interesting risk, I would say. But, well, we'll see what Terius is going for. He did cancel the second hatchery here, so we might be considering going for something else, instead of just mass produce and make a big trample onto HuK's bases. He got plenty of Corruptors now, so I think he's gonna try to once again insist on pushing into the natural expo. He's also allowing HuK to reinforce. As you guys can see, there's plenty of Stalkers now here backed up by Colossi. 140 against 104, so TeriuSfOu now breaching a gap, making a gap here, and incoming all the forces, moving up. I removed the HP bars, by the way, because there's a lot of flying units hovering above all of those ground units by Terius, and it gets just complicated and messy to see what's actually happening. And oh, just Terius getting a nice flank there, trying to move on the left side of all the forces from HuK, probably trying to pin them against the wall, and incoming big face of focusing fire on this Colossi. All of those Corruptors, but the force fields containing the move and taking the range out of all of those Hydralisks, so the Corruptors didn't have much of a backup on the ground forces. And with that amount of Stalkers that HuK has, he'll be able to shoot a lot of these Corruptors out of the air. And here he comes once again, force fields going down, keeping all those Hydralisks out of range, while the Corruptors try to fly over the Stalkers and focus fire on these Colossi, shooting them so fast. But now it's up to the Roaches and the Hydralisks to do something about this. And as you can see, there's not that much left from TeriuSfOu army. He just got grinded down by this mass Stalker army. He has 1 upgrade on the attack, another Colossi coming out, I'm sorry, but got instantly killed by those Corruptors. But there's not much left of the ground army from Terius, and he will be forced to pull back once again. He has plenty of Corruptors, but I mean they're completely ineffective against ground units, and apparently HuK keeps massing Stalkers, so with these Stalkers he'll be able to shoot all of those air units as well as the ground units, and apparently HuK might be taking the lead here, or at least trying to contain this big effort made by TeriuSfOu, because Terius doesn't have much of a counter at the moment. He committed so many minerals to all of those Corruptors, and now the Corruptors are completely useless. They don't have anything to do. well, maybe throw some corruption onto all of those units, but that's it. Lots of corruptors flying above the natural expo, a line of roaches trying to fend off these stalkers, focusing fire. It's a nice concave there, but HuK has plenty of forces as well, and he's still getting them backed up by Immortals, and Immortals make huge holes onto those roach carapaces. Pulling back once again, Terius hoping for the reinforcements to come, but he only making 3 Hydralisks and there's nothing left. Transfusion going down there on that roach from the Queen. Queen got killed. And well, TeriuSfOu doesn't have much of an army anymore. Apparently HuK was able to sustain this big assault, big wave from Terius, and now he's in command. Income-wise, yeah, there it is, HuK leading the way. Harvester count is fairly similar, but on the income it shows. And apparently Terius now getting on the desperation mode and start to distant mine on the rich mineral field. I mean, he should have expanded, to be honest. He didn't expand it and he's just paying for it. A Zerg player playing out of 2 bases against a 2-base Protoss, not the best option. And I guess he should have just taken the chance, I would say. But for now, Terius is just distant mining, as you guys can see, and probably gonna get a lot of these drones intercepted, while HuK keeps reinforcing his army. So many Stalkers. He just went for mass Stalker, has a single Immortal there in the middle. It will help destroying the roaches, obviously. And apparently HuK preparing to advance onto the natural expo of Terius, while Terius sends a small wave of Zerglings into the natural expo of HuK. But just not enough, I would say. He killed like a couple of probes there, and once again running back with a lot of Stalkers shooting down all of those run-by Zerglings. And I'm not sure if he bought enough time to fend off the assault that HuK is preparing. HuK even taking a chance on playing a Nexus really close to his opponent's natural expo. Kind of a risky move. I'm not sure if this is gonna pay or not. In situations like this, the option usually is to just expand away from your opponent, like there on the top or something like that. But well, it is a bit curious. This game is a bit unorthodox, because I do see a Zerg player, Terius, that didn't expand it. He even had the 3rd hatchery here, got it cancelled, and didn't took his time to expand. And once again, the Zerglings roaming around the natural expo, trying to kill as many probes as possible, but they didn't have that much of an effect. And meanwhile, LiquidHuK has been massing up a big army. He is ahead, not by much, but still a bit, 111 against 99, and now advancing into that rich mineral field, finishing off all of these drones that's been trying to pick up some gold minerals here. They're all gonna get killed. And meanwhile, Terry is advancing into this expo that HuK was trying to establish. It's gonna get destroyed so fast. HuK cancelled it. He knows that he can't defend it. He knows that he can't survive that assault. And apparently you're gonna have another confrontation ensuing pretty soon. Blink getting research for all of those Stalkers. It is very well played by HuK. It's quite good if properly used, if properly microed, if HuK takes his time to just pull all of his weak units to the back. And Terius assembling a big Hydralisk, Ling, and Corruptor army. He has plenty of Corruptors here to assault this Colossi, but I mean, it's just a couple of Colossi, and he's gonna kill them both really quickly, and then, well, he doesn't have anything else to do with them. And incoming once again the force fields being a very important fact, a very important subject on this battle. As you can see, he's just stopping all those Hydralisks from placing themselves properly. Finally the line of Hydralisks is established, but there's so many Stalkers by HuK that Terius had to GG out of the match. Was a nice force field play by HuK, just containing those Hydralisks long enough to allow him to kill the ones that were on the front line. And keep in mind that on this situation Terius didn't have any roaches on the front absorbing the damage, so this little squishy 80 HP Hydralisks were getting all the slaps on their face, and well, things didn't work well for Terius. Let me mention that I think that Terius should have risked to get a hatchery, another expansion at least. If he didn't want to risk here or here, because it would be closer to his opponent base, I mean, at least here, or even risk the rich mineral field here, because I think he just paid and lost this game because he didn't expand it properly. Well, HuK took this game pretty intense. I hope you guys enjoy it. See you all later. Have fun.